Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Danny Shay here, along with Psychic Duck. Say hello to Psychic Duck, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you. How things going with you in Duck World? Oh, pretty good. Not bad. Duck Pond okay? Little rough. Yeah, little rough. So one of the messages that I've been getting, and this is very complex. It's a huge, long message. So this may be a very long. Okay, I'm kidding. Breathe. For me, I'm forgetting to drop into the silence. I'm forgetting to drop into the breath work. So just a reminder that, we can affect a lot of change. So before we get into the reading, it's going to be a light political reading. I want to do some star reading because there's a lot of energy hitting the earth. And it's important for us to breathe and to get quiet and to just be okay with this energy that's hitting us and be aware of what's going on and where it is going to lead us to. So we'll tap into that a little bit. Before I get into any of the energy, I did a show with Mary over at Earth and Stars, and I put that up on my other non-political channel because we were doing non-political stuff. I put that link in my community post, so jump over to the other channel, non-political chat. It was pretty fun. It was all about creating magic, and just the flow was so good. All right. What else do I want to? Jamaica and the hurricane, which is what I want to kind of get into with this energy that's hitting the earth. But just prayers out to Jamaica, prayers out to the Cuba, Bahamas, Haiti. They're all being impacted. And I was thinking this morning, at one time, we were one of the most generous nations on earth. And we were one of the richest nations on earth. And so we did give a lot. We could have given more. You can always give more. And now we're the stingiest nation, it feels like, on earth. And it just doesn't feel right, no matter who we are, no matter what side of the aisle we are on. So, it's hopefully we can do and give as much as we can, and we can get back to the giving. So, okay. Breathe. Breathe and drink lots of water. All right. I know some of y'all are going, can I just drink scotch? No. Water. All right. Here we go. Let's take a look at this. One of the things that I wanted to look at, speaking of genera, before I do, I want to look at the Herbal Astrology Energy Tarot. Let's see what we get with the Herbal Astrology Tarot. And the first card I get is, why didn't I look at this before? What is that word? I'm looking at it backwards. Hang on. Amanita? I don't know what that is. Amanita. It's a conduit. The number 42, which goes to a 6. I love the image of this. At first I thought Amanita, maybe it was a mushroom. Could be. So intuitively, when I look at the images, I get a lot from the images. So mushrooms have a huge messaging center underneath the ground. I mean, it's huge. when I tap into mushroom energy, it's like, and I don't know if this is 100% true, 3D-ish, but it's throughout the whole Earth. So underneath the surface of the Earth, I feel these mushroom messages, the conduits, the roots, the mitochondria type. I don't even know what I'm saying. But the root structure of the mushroom is all over. And so that's the communication. And it says conduit. And that's the conduit, the mushroom. Then when I look in the back of, from not just focusing on the mushrooms, we have a wizard, we have a high priestess, we have, who is that guy? That guy's just playing around. He's just playing music. What? Come on, get serious. We have an invisible, looks like a fairy with dragonfly wings, and we have deer. No, it's not. It's elk. We have elk. All of these messages are conduit. The elk with its horns, and I have horns up here. Somebody sent me these. I'll pull them off. Somebody sent me these. Aren't they cool? Well, now I look silly as hell. I should let the duck wear them. But that's pretty cool, right? And that is allowing, it's like an antenna, right? So it's a conduit to the unseen realms. So that's kind of, oh dang, my unseen realms just fell over. Hang on. Okay, there we go. All right, so I may have gone on a little too long about that. What is the conduit? What is going on? What's being transferred from one thing to another? And this is where I'm going with this earth energy, that energy that's hitting the earth. I'm going to pull one more, and it's about action. So the messages that we're getting, it's having us take action. And I was going to say forcing us, but there is no force. It's just whoever, it's just, is it a push? Is it a showing, a way showing? And it's nettle. I remember getting into some stinging nettle. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to go to sleep and my hand is throbbing because I was touching this stinging nettle. Whew. And it wasn't like, like little needles. It was like pain. It's like, this is the craziest thing. And then we have the snake down here, shedding skin. So it feels like we are into some movement. Some messages are going to bring us to action. And in that action, we are going to need the dandelion. And this is the wounded healer. The wounded healer. And if I use the book, I could probably get some different information. So those of you who have this. But the wounded healer to me would be somebody who went through a pretty big trauma and is now on the other side and has figured out, has figured out how to manage their unseen realm. Does that make sense? So I am creating this website through the help of Val over at Dragonfly Crystal. And I mean, she gave me the bones, and then I've been tweaking it and trying to, and I'm like, what am I doing? And so I've been really thinking about my journey, what I'm offering, why I'm even offering it, etc. And in that, I was thinking about how I started out when I was very young listening to my guides and angels. And then they said, parents, teachers, nuns, you can't do that. That's not for you to do. That's for somebody more spiritual to do. And I went, F you. No, I didn't. Sorry. That was a big squirrel moment, and that's disparaging squirrels. But so I lost it, right? I stopped doing it. I stopped getting quiet. I stopped listening to my guides. And then, and one of the reasons is because they gave me too much homework. And I'm like, well, if you wouldn't give me so much homework, I could pay attention to my guides and angels. I'd have more quiet time. And then you got into work, and then I had a job, and then you got a house, and then I became attached to doing things that would maintain a lifestyle that was not about being quiet. There were certain things that happened in my life that were like little lightning strikes. Almost near-death experiences. Almost an emotional just crash that was like, how in the hell did I end up in this situation? And from that brought me to quiet, because I go, that's not important. What I'm doing is not important. I need to settle down, get quiet, find out what's important. Then I started reconnecting with my guides and angels and my intuition. And we are all doing that to a certain extent. We're all waking up to that amazing connection, the amazing conduit of mushrooms. Some people say, oh, well, you're just on a trip. You're just on one of them psilocybin mushroom trips. No. I don't know where I was. Hang on. I don't know. I don't know what prompted me to go there, but we're getting out of it now. When I stopped the video, paused it, it was 14:14. So I guess that's a good place to stop. 5:5. Okay. Let's move on. I got some cards marinating here on top of crystals. I have no idea what this crystal is, but it's really cool looking. And that's on top of, what deck is this? Grand Tarot Luxe. All right. And I've got my Sci-Fi Tarot. These are always fun. That's marinating on top of my Andara crystal. Got that up in Shasta. Thank you, Gail. And then I have my Galactic Heritage deck, and it's been marinating on I Am Groot. Hey, Groot, you got a little duck. I am Groot. Another Shasta thing. So, let's take a look at 1538. Let's take a look at some politics. I want to look at snap. I wish I could snap my fingers and make a lot of this crap go away. But there is... So when I look at this, the snap money is going to be running out. And when I try to follow the story of this, I get so many mixed messages. Because of the Republican shutdown, and this is something crazy too, another squirrel moment. I saw on CNN, Yahoo News, and it had CNN is saying that the Republicans are actually getting a bump in the polls from this shutdown. And I go, who are you polling? This is crazy. The president's out wandering around in circles in Japan. Oh my God, that was so sad. It's so scary. Why aren't more people reporting on that in mainstream media? I mean, it's insane what he was doing. Oh my gosh. Just so scary. And so he's out there walking in circles, and Congress, the House of Representatives, hasn't done anything. They haven't passed any legislation. And the Republicans are getting a bump. Who are they looking at? I don't know. It's just frightening. So it goes back to breathing. Breathe and change. So the SNAP program is, and I may get this wrong because I'm remembering it from my gray-haired brain, but the SNAP program has a whole lot of rainy day money. And with the regime that's in play right now, they keep manufacturing certain crises, and they said you can't use that money, but they had like billions of dollars in rainy day funds. And in September, the Department of Agriculture, who funds SNAP because the farmers needed some help during, I think it was during the Depression, and so the Department of Agriculture started this program. I think that's how it worked. You guys will correct me if I'm wrong, and I welcome that. Well, as long as you're nice. Anyway, there is money there, but it's being diverted somehow, and it's not getting to the people who need it. It's also going to hurt local stores, local food banks, food and grocery stores. So let's just look at the SNAP program. I just see, I hear Mike Johnson just getting slapped down. So whatever this polling number is, okay, I'm going to go with Mike Johnson before we get into space. Mike Johnson. I'm going back to that first card, the conduit. There's something underneath the surface. What is underneath the surface that is being directed to Moses Mike? The Lovers. Really? Really? Now, a lot of this, I'm going to drop this down. A lot of this is, with this Lovers card is MAGA cult. So that could be what that is. What's underneath the in the conduit for Mike Johnson? Two of Swords. He's at a crossroads here, but this deck he's seeing clearly what's coming, and there is this woman is holding up two swords of truth, and she is seeing clearly what's going on. So is that Johnson? Is that MAGA? Is that... And then we have the Nine of Cups, the Wish card. So he's getting his wish. We have the Republican Party and the Ten of Coins. We have the Six of Wands coming in as a winner, being a winner. However, nobody's celebrating. It's like, just me. Just me. I'm a winner. And potential near future, it's the Eight of Swords. It's restriction. It's things coming really fast. And in this card, okay, well, this is so interesting. In this deck, you have the two swords of truth that were right here. The other swords are keeping him from moving in any direction. His hands are tied, well, in this figure, and she can't see where she's going anymore. It's like, oh crap. And with the Eight of Swords, that means it's just it could be imprisoned, a restriction. Something's going on with this. As we move to the outer bands, not think of hurricane bands, storm. As we move to the outer band, for me, this is the potential future. It starts out with here, but this is the internal message. The conduit is sadness. I don't know if he feels sadness. Does Mike Johnson feel anything? It's so bizarre with him, Moses Mike. We have legal action coming with the Queen of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords in the hopes and fears. Somebody's going to stab him in the back. His hands are tied from this Queen of Swords energy. And the final card is the rebuilding, is the Three of Pentacles. I'm not seeing this as Russia, although I'm not seeing it too, because that's always a little, could it be? But this just seems like he's rebuilding. There's secrets that are coming out with the Moon card. Oh, can you guys see that? Can you see the Moon card? Secrets coming out with the Moon card. And we resume the Six of Coins, giving and receiving. So what's going on underneath with MAGA Mike, Moses Mike Johnson, is initially what we see is that the MAGA cult is going, yeah, we like you, it's good, everything's good, but in the future, not so good. He's going to be tied up. He's not going to be able to move. He's got sadness, legal issues, someone stabbing him in the back. There's going to be a rebuilding from secrets coming out that's going to be balancing out some energy. And let's hope that's snap. All right, so as we continue with the original question, let's look at snap benefits. Are they going to, and I think if the snap benefits come out and start flowing again, then the, there we go. Can you see it? There we go. Then we will have the government will reopen. So many people now, you know, they're missing their paychecks. You know, and it's, I keep going back to Joe Rogan, which I never listened to, but just that if anybody's on board with this cruelty, then you have no heart. How can you be for this? Not allowing people, I mean, the federal workers, guess who's getting paid? ICE is getting paid. They're getting paid overtime. Oh my gosh. All right. I can't wait to look into the energy that's hitting Earth. Can't wait. Later. Soon. Coming soon. Coming after this poll. Okay. Snap. Is the money going to start flowing this week? Is the money, well, I think it's going to stop flowing November 1st. Is there going to be a stop of the money? Is Snap going to stop sending out money on November 1st? Snap going to stop sending out money. So many people are now just being faced with going to food banks and things. So if we can, support your local food banks, support DC food banks, places that have a lot of federal workers. Okay. Let me get refocused. Snap. Is the money going to stop? Snap program. That's not a good sign. 4 Pentacles. Hold on. Keeping money tight. But we have legal challenges. Queen of Swords. Let me drop this down. We have the burden of it all with the 10 of Wands, and we get the 6 of Wands, being the winner, but not really, because there's nobody celebrating. This is like a celebration card. It's quiet celebration, maybe. Behind the scenes, maybe a little relief. We have the higher order of things with the government that is overshadowing this reading, yes. And the potential near future position, yay, is movement. The chariot driver, though, you look at these 2 horses, they're going in different directions. They are wild. They are not paying attention. So the movement is challenging with this 7 of chariot. 7, though, lucky number. Internally, we have the battle. 5 of Wands. Externally, magic, the magician. Yes, please. 7, the hopes and fears is the rebuilding, that we can start rebuilding and open up these avenues, open up these conduits. And the hopes in the final outcome, we have the moon card. Dang. Maybe it's going to be the full moon. When is the full moon coming up? Is that the 7th? I don't know. Yeah. It's funny, I said 7. Hey, now I got to look. Hang on. Okay, it's November 5th. And it is the called the Beaver full moon. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. We'll keep moving on. Clarifying this moon card, secrets coming out. Maybe the 5th that we're going to get some movement on here. It's still going to be heartbreak. It's still going to cause people sadness. And it's a betrayal of who we are as a nation. And it's because of the Emperor. Hopefully this, I'm going to keep going because these clarifiers, so I'm getting that things may change. We may have some movement, we may have some magic coming and some legal issues to help rebuild things, but in the outcome, maybe the emperor's just going to say, and I'm giving up. I don't think that, but maybe he'll come up with some reason. The world, completion, and the Star of Hope, along with the Queen of Cups. So oops, there you go. Now you can see it a little better. So it feels like to me, and hopefully you guys can throw some cards on this and see what you get. It feels like November 1st, Snap is going to run out of money. And by the next week, by the 5th, the full moon, things are going to start getting back into play again. So I think that I think I've said that I got that the shutdown was going to end by the end of October, the 1st of November. Let's just take another look at that. And timing is, it's just, who knows? Is this shutdown? 3 cards. Will the shutdown end by the full beaver moon? 10 of Wands. Page of Wands reversed. 7 of Wands, defending oneself. Why is my Page of Wands reversed? I don't read reversals normally. I don't know. I wish I did. I don't know. I'm not getting a clear answer on this. We have the burden. We have new information coming. 7 of Wands, defense of oneself. Looking at things from a different point of view, or suspension with the King of Swords. Some legal challenges or legal orders coming through. And then we have the 4 of Cups, looking at an offer. Government, Queen of Cups, and the pain of being stabbed in the back. It feels like it feels like the pain is going to get so bad that they have to do something. I don't know, but they're so unfeeling that, you know, all they want to do is create hurt. That's what this government seems to want to do. All right, let's shift gears. Let's go to space. 34. Space. The final frontier. All right, so I'm going to use my Sci-Fi Tarot. It's a really fun deck. It's got a lot of images. It's like the Halloween deck, which I haven't pulled out for a while because I used to have such fun with that and Mr. Pumpkinhead, and now it's just depressing me. But tomorrow I'm going to be on with Lori and Sheila. Yay! We're going to read some politics. Maybe I'll pull out the Halloween deck for that. Yes, yes, yes. Happy Halloween to everybody. Let's take a look at the energies that's hitting the earth. We have 3-eye Atlas behind the sun. We have some energy from the sun that's opening up this portal. There's going to be, the northern lights are going to be able to be seen in like a major portion of the state, not major, like 13 states. It's big. We have, with this energy, we have according to Stefan Burns. And the other, who's the other geophysicist? Lisa Vest. She may have some information on this too. But they, when I was watching Stefan Burns, and he goes way over my head, was talking about that this particular sun energy creates a lot of volcanic activity and earthquake activity. And he said, and then look at this huge storm down in Jamaica in the Caribbean. This was the largest storm like ever recorded, some people were saying. When I saw it hitting Jamaica, it looked like it wasn't that big, so maybe it died down, but it got big really fast. And the Caribbean is so hot, the waters are so warm. So again, we send prayers, healing energies, safety out to them. Talk to the storm, jump into it. Calm down, storm, calm down. All right, we can do that to our government too. Fix this, get it right. We have a lot of people that are saying this isn't right. We have, you know, there's a lot, starting to get a lot of pushback because the administration is going too crazy. The administration, whoever's running it, Corey Lewandowski, is he running things? Oh, I mean, I don't even want to going back into politics again, but whew, crap. Fired all the heads of ICE? Yeah, no, things are... Let's just look at the energy that's hitting Earth. So we have 3-Eye Atlas. When I read on 3-Eye Atlas, that was bringing us a message from Source. So we all come from Source energy in my awareness. We come from Source. We decide we want to become separate from and experience an individual awareness, whatever that is. And then we will go back to Source again. So our experience as an individual, is it all about gaining power, or is it all about reconnecting in the community so that we can create a little mini Source? I just thought of that. A little mini Source here on this 3D plane to mimic true Source energy, to mirror it. Well, I like that. I'll dig into that a little bit. All right. I think I might have just flipped my cards upside down. Ooh, look at that. Look at the World card. Ha! Speaking of Source energy, you have the Source energy, the hand of creation, and it's on the tip of the finger is the world. All right. What is the energy behind 3-Eye Atlas and the conduit of the 3-Eye Atlas hitting the sun, hitting the earth? What is that energy stream doing to, should it be the planet? Let's do the planet and then let's do us and then I'll be done. What is it doing to Mother Earth? Is it shaking her up? Is it creating new volcanoes? What is it doing to Mother Earth? Okay, I'm going to drop this down. So, well, actually, I'm just going to hold them up because I think you'll be able to see the cards better. We get the 10 of Cups, George Jetson. This is family, home, happiness. It's comfort. This is the comfort message. What is it doing to Mother Earth? It's giving it some love. Let's send you some love, Mother Earth. And then we get the King of Pentacles. And what it says down here is what he did changed the universe. This energy coming from Three-Eye Atlas, the sun, to the earth, to Mother Earth, what it's doing is blanking it in comfort, and it's changing everything. And then we get, what am I looking at here? Oh, okay. Eight of Swords. This is what we're marinating in. And it says exile. Left for dead in the barren mountains of Betelgeuse Prime. Betelgeuse? Don't say it again. Don't say it again. Okay. That's what we're marinating in. So if we feel, if we just drop into Mother Earth, it feels like we've abandoned her. We are just mining, destroying, drilling, polluting. We've abandoned her. However, that's the initial card, the energy that's dropping in. It's a higher form of energy that is, for me, showing up in clean energy, in a new awareness of how we can be. But then big things are changing, so maybe we're not exiled. In the past, as it relates, is the High Priestess energy. This is she's got a sense of what to do, how to manage it. And we've kind of lost this High Priestess energy. It's in the past. And I think she's holding a pomegranate. I need to look that up. What does that mean? Pomegranate. At the top of the reading, what is overshadowing everything is the Five of Wands. And you look at that and you see we're being bombarded by this energy. And it's not sword energy, it's information energy, just being bombarded. And you can see what it's doing to Mother Earth. If this was the people on Earth, we may be really scattered a little bit. So it may scatter some people, i.e., look at the hurricane. And then in the potential near future, we get the Queen of Cups. I'm sorry, Page of Cups. She's young, she's energetic, she's a little mystical, flighty, she's got wings, and she's going to show up with some new information. To Mother Earth, internally, we have the Moon card. This is going to show up what it says, what lurks below the surface. So we may get some volcanic activity, and it is going to cost a lot of money with the Five of Pentacles. Lost, alone, and afraid with the worst to come. Yikes, that's a positive card. And it only cost $1.25. You can see it up there. Okay. Jeez. Hopes and fears. The Seven of Wands. Defending oneself, cornered. No, we should keep drilling. I'm going to defend my right to make money. And the final outcome. Ooh. Ooh. Ten of Swords. This energy that's hitting the earth is powerful. It's going to shake the earth, I think. Four Cups. Loss, sadness, not looking at the positive, not looking at the one cup. And then we have the energy hitting is a power like unto a god. It's going to be big. This energy hitting the earth is huge. I had to throw one more because as this energy comes in, we also get the Queen of Cups. This feels like Gaia, and the keywords are she holds life in the palm of her hand. So it's so I'm glad I threw that one more card, because I'm full of hopium. This whole shift that we're going through, this whole shift is to give us a new way forward, a new path forward. And yes, it will take a lot of work. What's the underlying energy? Balance, secrets of the pharaohs, ancient aliens, Queen of Pentacles, and an intelligent gift, the Ace of Swords. Okay. And then we had the Knight of Cups coming in, offering us a new way forward, a new path. So with all this destruction, with all this change, let me just put it that way, this change, this upheaval, this earth movement, it is going to disrupt some people. It is going to make them, or not make them, but create some kind of movement. So I hear go with the flow, and things are good. This will create something better. Okay, let's take a look at humans. And I am going to be using my Galactic Heritage deck, because that talks about the evolution of galactic species that have gone through this before. So, and I want to bring in Groot, because Groot understands. I am Groot. When I was taking a trip through Chaco Canyon, and we stopped off where I got this. So cool. And my little, what is it, this thing? When you shine a light on it, it turns green. Like a black light. It's very, very cool. Like Uper, like my Uper tower. Anyway, they had a bunch of Groots, and this one woman comes running over to the table where I was about ready to buy this, and she goes, Groot, Groot. And she's screaming about Groot. I'm like, I just found out about Groot a couple of months ago, and that is Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a, I think, Paramount film or Disney film, and I don't get Disney Plus or Paramount Plus or, but Groot, I am Groot. That's all he says until the very end. I am Groot. All right, Galactic Heritage. All of this energy that's coming to us from 3i Atlas, which now some people are saying that it's got sharp edges to it, and it's letting off metallic ions. How do they know this? But letting off metallic trails that is not normal for a comet. Are they even calling it a comet anymore? I don't know. These cards are all mixed up. So I am going to adjust these cards so that they are right side up. They're not supposed to be read upside down. The Galactic Heritage deck, one of my favorites. So Galactic Heritage, what is the energy from 3i Atlas, the Sun, and Gaia? All of this, the conduit. What is that conduit? What can you share with us on our path forward? What can you share with us? Enough said on that. Survival fears. I had to remember the spread that I'm going to do with this. And it's a dropping into a portal energy, so it's a little circular type thing. And there is no linear structure to it when we pull this spread. So you can shift things around if you need to. Some people would say you're manipulating. We're just using our conduit energy. Okay, survival fears. We're afraid. Are we going to survive this? Is this going to be something that, and this is past, this is our very young selves, the past time streams. I'm scared. Well, hang on. Let's see what the next card says. Dreamtime and awakening, cetacean whale, parallel. So the parallel time stream doesn't fit into the young, mature, and elder, let's just say, the wise ones. This is, it fits into any space. Dreamtime and awakening. When we're really young and when we're scared, we can go into dream time. Some of our dreams are nightmares, but we can wake up to the reality, oh, that was just a dream. It's okay. The cetacean whale is one of those amazing Lemurian energies for me that brings forth galactic information. Dreamtime and awakening. Self-discipline. When I pulled this card out, the message that I heard was the self-discipline in breathing, taking a breath, focusing, getting quiet, taking a deep breath, couple of deep breaths. These times, just one deep breath isn't going to do it. And take a look at ourselves, what we are doing, how we're interacting with our planet, with our galactic awareness, with this energy that's coming in. It's going to be a self-reflection energy. And, I hear other people who have tapped into this three-eye atlas energy, where they say if we are at the higher vibration, then we will be able to hear these messages. And that's the self-discipline of dream time and awakening. Yep. And looking at ourselves. What are we doing to enhance, to block, to create negativity? What are we doing? All right. I don't want to look at that too much. Sad. Here we go. Ooh. All right, so moving on, we get living in the now. Dolphin energy. So there's a lot of water energy here. Dolphin, play, again, Lemuria. This is going to be a Lemurian wake-up call, it feels like. And as we drop in, we will find common ground. This is parallel, lots of parallels. And change, parallel. Let me drop this down so you can see the cards, what I've got. Because this is kind of cool. I love this deck. It's just so awesome. Okay, so as we drop into this portal energy and circle around and drop into it. And again, I said we can move these cards around. It can be the past is young energy. The present is more of a a mid-age energy, like, 20s to 40s, somewhere in there, where we're exploring, where we're looking at things. And then the future energy is the more mature, is the wise one. It's the grandfather, the grandmother energy of, we've learned a lot through this, and let me share some. We are almost going back to source energy. So we have our big fears, but if we tap into living in the now and our dream time awakening, if we drop into the journey of what whale wants to say. I talked about dropping into the hurricane. Let's journey into what whale has to say and be part of the council of whale and sit into what they like. Just imagine if we could drop down into the ocean, which I've done on some of my journeys before. We drop down, because I'm a big water guy. I used to teach scuba diving for 30 years. And so I love dropping into that space. And if we imagine dropping into that space, going into the city, the ancient city of Lemuria, and imagining it underwater, right? With all of the energy of that, and now the whales are inhabiting that, and the whale has a council of elders, and we are invited into that council of elders chamber, and we chit-chat with them. Now, we can't chit-chat via our mouths. We have to do it through psychic abilities, through dream time, awakening, and using playtime with the cetacean dolphin. Okay, anyway, I'm getting off topic. It takes self-discipline to get this message. It takes self-observance. But as we drop into this portal energy, we're going to find common ground in the change. Let go of our survival fears. Our fears are unfounded, even though they're real. Pay attention to them, right? But it's like fight or flight. But sometimes when you just drop into it and go, you know what? It's not that scary. And it takes self-discipline, definitely takes self-observance. Okay, I think I'm done. Wow, another hour. Can I ever do something this was supposed to be a short one. It was supposed to be. And PsychicDuck is laughing at me. Enough of that. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you. Peace and love.